Hey YouTube, Shuken Shinobi here with a review of the S.H.Figuarts Rock Bison from Tiger and Bunny. Absolutely fantastic anime for those of you that haven't checked it out. Still, I believe it's still available on Viz's website at viz.com or vizmedia.com or something like that. So do check it out. Hopefully a dub will be soon. I heard they are trying to work out everything to make one. So be on the lookout for that soon, hopefully. We have Rock Bison Antonio Lopez, which is his human name in the background. He's obviously of Spanish descent, or Hispanic descent, or however you want to say it. Figuarts Rock Bison, him here with the toy there, rather. And same Tiger and Bunny style. Bull Tank of the West Coast, Rock Bison, and all of that. Product placement and such like. He is hired by Kronos Foods, which looks like a Kmart ripoff, but yeah, I don't think that's an actual company. At least Kronos Foods probably isn't an actual company because Apollo Media isn't. But however, he sponsors Gyukaku, which is an actual product and or company. So that's always fun. So here we have Rock Bison. My biggest complaint with the figure is, well, not his size or anything like that, but just he has fairly weak hips. So his weight distribution is kind of all over the place, so it's a little bit weird in that aspect. As you can see, his feet just kind of fall. But he does have die-cast feet, and they are huge die-cast feet. In fact, his little toe joint is all sorts of weird. So, however, it is on a ball joint, so despite being die-cast, it is using the Deno style of really awesome ball joint. So that's always a fun time as well. So if we bring him back in, he does have a little bit of issues standing sometimes, but due to his weight, the fact that his hips are fairly weak isn't too big of a hindrance because he should be fairly wide-stanced. So something like this, you can't really even see the legs, but something like this is actually okay for a guy like this. I'm going to move the box over just so I can bring him back a little more. He is a very, very large figure. Crappily posed, mind you, but here's Wild Tiger next to him. So as you can tell, he's quite a bit bigger, probably by an inch and a half or so. Inch and a half to 2 inches, I would say, higher than Wild Tiger. So he's probably closer to some sort of 6-inch scale figure as opposed to the Figuarts usual 5 to 5 inch. But I mean, as far as articulation goes, he's mostly worked on a system of ball joints. Inside of his neck here, as you can see once we get inside here, maybe... I don't want to take the head off because it's really complicated. But it's a multiple system of little ball joints in there that are all connected to give us an up and down motion on the head. You can kind of see it in there now. So that can go pretty much anywhere necessary, plus the ability to bring it all the way down to where it looks like it's locked in with his suit, as it is on the show. The little ring here does a little move. That's nice too. These were separate pieces inside of the box. They're fully removable. And movable for that matter, so you can get some drill action going on. The shoulders are very, very complicated in terms of build, but they work really well. It allows the armor here to move freely, so you get a lot of motion there, while retaining the full 360 motion that the shoulders on Figuarts usually have. This section right here is all held together by ball joints that freely just pop right off. So his little biceps and elbows and stuff all work off ball joints, which is perfectly fine. It works for this figure because he's so massive. It was really the only way to get some decent joints going on here. His skirt pieces just kind of have this motion going on. They're just on a hinge. The front is on this really crazy swivel hinge going on over here. So you can bring this up if you need to. You can bring it down to be level with the belt. And all sorts of fun stuff. So it should be something along the lines of this as far as a natural pose is concerned. But pose it however you wish. His legs, as you can see, still have a double joint in them right here. And then, like I said earlier, it uses the Deno style of little ball joint going on here, and then this crazy little toe thing going on. So pretty nuts. But really, the fact that they got this massive of a figure art to be posable is pretty nice. And it kind of paves the way for some bigger and better figure arts. I mean, Gamel was a pretty thick figure art, even though I haven't had a chance to review him yet. He's a really thick figure art that does have normal figure arts joints. There we go. And it kind of hinders the figure a little bit, in my opinion. While in this one, they took the liberties to make him as big as they wanted to, but still found a way to make him fairly decently posable, in my opinion. So, really just overall great job on this. I like the way everything just kind of flows together. It really does work nice. So on the back here, he does have a really open butt. He doesn't have any sort of butt armor, which is sad. I mean, they could just kind of pop in here and penetrate it. Yeah. But there's a hose connected to his helmet here. I assume it's some sort of oxygen system. Because, I mean, can you imagine trying to breathe in this thing? But it does come with an alternate hose, which is of much smaller design. So you pop this one off, pop this one on, and then this plugs in right here. Maybe it doesn't work backwards. That wouldn't work at all. So I don't like the smaller hose only because it doesn't really fit all that well. It looks better when he's in a natural position, but it just doesn't allow that much range of motion before popping out. So I prefer to use the longer hose just because you do get the nice range of motion in the head with the longer hose as opposed to a smaller one. So really that's entirely up to you. You've got his little thong belt going on. That's really creepy. I didn't need to know that about Rock Bison. But anyway, really nice overall. And like I said, I'm just glad they found a way to make this figure so massive and in scale with the other heroes, for the most part anyway. While still having really nice range of articulation. He does have switchable hands. His hands just pop right off. They are on a really thick wrist joint. But they pop right off. And he does come with like super molester hands, like normal figure art molester hands, except huge. So they're like super molester hands, but they can like do all sorts of things. But those just pop right in there. And again, full range of motion there on the hands. So he can be angry and curse you, or he can grope you, or squeeze your head until juice pops out. That's something different. But anyway, really just overall pretty awesome. So I'm going to switch back to the fists, just because, well, he's Rock Bison. He punches things. He punches things and drills things. That's how he rolls. Just like that. So I completely forgot that he comes with a Tamashii stage just like the other Tiger and Bunny releases. It is pretty much the same color as Tiger's, just a little bit of more of a lime green. It says Rock Bison, Antonio Lopez, and it's the Kronos Foods logo, K-Foods. And then the clear stand, just like all the other Tiger and Bunny releases. So really it's just a Tamashii stage, so it's nothing extraordinary or anything like that. The disappointing thing is the fact that due to his incredibly wide stance, for the most part, he doesn't really fit on the stage well, and then when he does fit on the stage, the grapple thingy just doesn't really work all that well with him. That's about as best as you can do, is something along the lines of this. So, I mean, it's usable, but I don't particularly think that you're going to get any sort of flying poses with him, because I don't really trust this. It's holding, but I don't know how well it will hold. But the little grippers that they gave you are a little bit bigger than the others, as far as I know. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just delusional. That's a possibility. But it does fit around him fairly decently. It does hold him decently. I just don't really know how well and how long it'll actually hold. But as far as the stage in general, it looks really nice, just like the other releases. So it'd be nice to collect all of these things. So anyway, back to the review. And I mean, there really isn't too much you can do for posing this guy. Shisho is a really nice photo gallery that I'm going to link to. That's really probably about the best you can pull off with a figure like this. Like I said, the articulation isn't perfect. But the fact that they were able to get such articulation off of a giant-ass toy like this is pretty impressive. So, I'll bring him in. Just because I know someone's going to want to see it. Here is Barnaby, Tiger, and Rock Bison all in frame together. So you can check out the scaling. He should probably be a little bit bigger in terms of scaling in the show. But I understand me for Figuarts, you can't really get too much bigger than this without entering some sort of weird, crazy price range. So, overall, if you're a fan of Tiger and Bunny, I do recommend picking this up. He is on the harder side to find, but thankfully, stock of him is starting to pop up at places. So, in fact, HLJ had him. I don't know if they still do or not, but, yeah. So, check that out. Really great figure. If you're a fan of Tiger and Bunny, pick it up. If you're a fan of Rock Bison, obviously, this is a must-have. But if you're really only gunning for Tiger and Bunny, this is a probably pretty easy skip. And if you just don't like the fact that his articulation is based primarily on ball and socket joints, then you might want to pass on him as well. But I think he's a great addition to the Tiger and Bunny lineup, and can't wait for Sky High in February. I think next month, actually. Wow. Snuck up on me. But a really great figure overall, and I do recommend it. So you can check out shukenshinobi.com for all the latest updates on my reviews and hauls. And then, of course, check out Riders, Rangers, and Rambles.com, bringing the latest token news in the craziest way possible. So take care and have a great one. Bye.